Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm certainly honored to be with you here tonight and with the director of your fine museum and, of course, with our guest of honor, the man whose labor and belief in himself and his dream may tonight be restoring to the world treasures of art once thought irretrievably lost. Lionel Lockridge. In a few moments, after a short break for champagne and caviar...
That does it for me. Are you going home, Kenneth? No.
Honey, you certainly don't need to stay if you don't want to.
Well, I think I was going to go up in the attic, rummage around a little bit.
Looking for anything in particular?
You saved all my stuff in there, didn't you?
Every toy and book that you ever owned.
Oh, Dad, if everyone knew how sentimental you really were.
Honey, you've got another one of those headaches, haven't you? Did you call Dr. Michaels?
Dad, that's all I need is 2 aspirin. Right?
Rudy, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to call up and make an appointment for you.
Yes, a time capsule, a letter, if you will, to us from the generations who came before, from our collective past as a people and as a culture, to add a little to our understanding of how they loved, what they cared about, what they treasured, what they thought was beautiful. The tragedy of the sinking of the Amanda Lockridge, whether due to natural catastrophe or to the rivalry...
Hello, Augusta.
...families, has been turned into an occasion...
You're looking, well. This is how polite conversation goes. Oh, I didn't know that was in your repertoire. Aren't you looking forward to the unveiling? If I were you and Catwell, I would avail myself of the next 5 minutes and beat a hasty retreat. Oh, no, see, I like these kind of things. They're like gladiator movies. The man who's been mouthing off all the time gets thrown to the lions in the end. What are you doing here, Eden? I mean, if you were seized by a mood of masochism, you could have stayed home and put tacks in your feet. But then again, I suppose your social life's on the wane now that your supply of married men has been cut off. No, you see, I've given up married men. I'm tired of the complaints from their baggy wives and meeting them at parties.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Before I came here tonight, I startled my own daughter by happening to mention that I considered this the most important night of my life. And so it is. Not because of the applause and not even because of the champagne and the caviar. It's just that rarely in the course of one life does a man have the opportunity to rise above his own petty cares and accomplish something that he dares to hope will go noticed in the progress of civilization. Toward a time when his own name will most certainly be forgotten, but the gift he has been privileged to offer is treasured and for itself.
I don't suppose you remember me?
Oh, yes, of course, the famous Lady Peel.
Ah, sometimes lady, but always appeal. There are times I wish sons and daughters could choose their own last names, don't you?
Maybe. You know, Summer thought a lot of you.
Summer?
Said she wanted to be like you.
Ah, the young woman who works here. Lovely girl. Well, your father may be about to fall flat on his face, but he's certainly doing it with style. I will grant him that.
Look, if we said enough polite things to each other...
I think it's traditional. To be polite just a little longer?
Yeah, well, it may be traditional.
Yes, dignity.
But you're a friend of the captain.
It may have been denied in their lives,
which is what happens if your last name is Lockridge.
Once done, a wrong...
I didn't choose mine
never
either.
be righted. That I know, but it can be told.
Hey, listen, buddy, it's none of my business, but if you don't turn that thing on and start taping, this guy, your news director, is going to have your head, you know?
I've had just about all I could take from the noble Mr. Lockridge for one night.
Tonight I acknowledge my debt to Horatio and Amanda Lockridge and say to them that they did not die in vain. We still in the world remember them. We salute their vision and largesse in the service of art, and we condemn the spite and vengefulness that took their fortune and their lives.